I am gaming. I am gaming. I am gaming podcast.
Hey everybody, my name is Ivica. Thank you so much for being on the latest episode of my I'm Gaming podcast. This is a podcast about the video game industry, entrepreneurship, gaming nostalgia, Coinbase, know your customer, rule set, requirement changes, and many more cool stuff I find to be in the same realm of business and creative ventures. Like always, first and foremost, a big, giant, huge, enormous thanks goes to my Patreon supporters. Everyone, please check out these amazing people who made I Am Gaming podcast possible week after week after week after week. Right now, that means we're at episode 192. We're closing to the big 200 episode, and that is possible and active and exists in the real world because of my Patreon supporters. Without your generous donations, I wouldn't be able to go on every month and make new episodes. So once again, a big thanks to all of you. You are really amazing and awesome, and I thank you wholeheartedly. And like I said, this is episode 192, and it's again an episode about Coinbase. I made one last week, which was basically about or related to the problem of Coinbase disabling access to accounts. That was kind of the info that the Coinbase team sent out, and with the beginning of September 1, that finally happened. So right now, Coinbase, at least in my case, I'm based in living and working in the Republic of Serbia in Europe, is limiting my account to only sending crypto. So I can't receive crypto, I can't buy, sell, or even convert the portfolio I have. The only thing I can do is send crypto out. Now there is an explanation. What did the Coinbase team said? Well, this is what they said when they sent me a letter on September 2nd. So it was a day ago. Hello, this is regarding your account linked to my email. As previously communicated, access to Coinbase.com and Coinbase app will be now limited to only sending funds. However, this is a temporary measure and we may soon open up options for you to meet the KYC, know your customer requirements, that will allow you to access our product and services. Again, we will be reaching out with more information in the coming weeks. Thank you for your understanding, Coinbase team. That's all well and good, but the problem is that back in June or July, somewhere at the start of summer, we also got an email. I say we, a lot of users who are not in the US, an email saying that our access to Coinbase will be completely shut down on September 25th. Now the second email, that from September 2nd, does not mention this at all and simply says that they will reach out with additional requirements related to know your customers measures and everything else, which should then clarify the stuff. However, that is pretty dicey and not something that anyone is looking forward to, because if we're really losing access to Coinbase accounts, then it would be really useful to have the ability to move our crypto funds weeks or even a couple of months before they are locked, because we're set or based in an unsupported region. But the problem here is that at the same time, my Coinbase Earn program is still up and running. It's working. I'm using the Ethereum staking process, and I got a transfer between September 2nd and September 3rd, even though in theory the only service that I could get from Coinbase is the ability to send crypto. So another service is still operating, which is the Earn program, which is also weird, and I'm pretty unsure what to do with any of that or what should be my next move apart from waiting and seeing what Coinbase team has to tell me in the coming weeks. All of this is happening while the deadline of September 25th from the old email is hanging around. There is still no confirmation about that either, so a lot of uncertainty, a lot of doubt, a lot of fear, which is pretty normal for crypto, but we're not useful. It's not useful, and we're not used to having the same vector of worry and instability come from Coinbase, which is basically the biggest company in the US operating in this domain. I'm really hoping that we get some clarity really soon. That means next week, because 25th is really around the corner. It's Monday, 3 weeks from now, and if nothing appears or no info is sent out, I think that most of us will simply migrate our portfolios, migrate our crypto to other locations, because no one wants to be locked out of their account. That is going to be expensive. You're going to pay transfer fees and whatnot, but there is no way around it apart from hoping that Coinbase does something and you kind of confirm your identity and continue to use the service. However, many kind of feel right now that that isn't actually around the corner, and that almost certainly people like me in Serbia and many other regions across the world will simply stop using Coinbase because they won't be able to. Again, it would be really cool, really amazing, really nice if we could get some info from Coinbase about all of this, or any of this, which is beyond, hey, we're cutting you access to sending and or receiving, transferring crypto, but we're leaving you access to earn program, which doesn't make sense at all. But that's the approach that Coinbase decided to take, unfortunately, and it's worryingly a process that is ongoing for us. I've been using Coinbase since 2016, so it's over nearly 8 years. I've had a pretty good relationship so far. I had one issue where my account was also, because of know your customer requirements, was locked for a prolonged period of time. I had some trouble reconnecting it and activating it. I managed to do it finally and everything was okay. So it's not like this is completely uncharted territory for Coinbase. The company has a history of kind of winging stuff and making these decisions that are, let's say, controversial or short-sighted or not thought through. So I couldn't say that I'm completely shocked that this is happening, but it's still something that I would really, really love to avoid. To have that another element to be worrying about and kind of not be able to comprehend what is happening. And Coinbase could change that by simply explaining what is taking place, or at least pushing out a blog post or something like that that gives it more context and more depth, apart from like emails that we get which are saying like, hey, you're losing access to your account by, and that's not good. So yeah, hopefully Coinbase makes a pivot towards more transparency and more open communication, and communication that is able to paint a broader picture of what is happening to their clients who are not in the US. And that's me. So yeah, do that, Coinbase, please. But anyway, that's all for episode 192. I would love to hear what you've been doing with your Coinbase account, what has been happening, and where is it all moving and shaping up for you and your funds and your holdings. So please, if you can, give us some info and share it in the description below. I would love to hear it from your comment. That's all for me. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks so much for watching. My name is Ivica. Have a great week. You can support me if you'd like through Patreon, to PayPal, through buying my books, but the easiest, simplest and fastest way to support me is to subscribe to my channel and be here for my new videos once they come out. That's all for me. Again, have a great week. Thank you for listening to I'm Gaming Podcast. Thanks to my Patreon supporters. And I'll talk to you in precisely 7 days from now. Until then, bye bye.